Call this meeting to order, 5:30. Any adjustments to the agenda?
I have none.
Anybody else? Okay. Select board announcements.
Apparently I'm bleeding.
I did not give you the printout, but tomorrow evening at the Putney Fire Station is the regional policing
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow, yeah.
meeting. Sheriff Anderson starts at 5:30.
Is it 5:30? Okay.
I believe it's 5:30. It is on our website.
I put it in my calendar because I have planned on going. I'll be there too.
Thank you, folks, for,
Yes, 5:30.
thank you.
All right. Any public comments on items not on the agenda? Mr. Fairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My topic is Town of Putney Legal Counsel and Representation. Our Town of Putney website states the legislative body acts as local town agents. Our Town of Putney Select Board are the legislative body. The town office of town agent to prosecute and defend suits in which the Town of Putney is interested was repealed in 2020 by Act 84, an act relating to appointing town agents. In Dillon's Rule, Vermont, members of our Town of Putney Select Board therefore cannot be town agents, and our Town of Putney website should be corrected. The office of town agent has been repealed, but its purpose remains for an attorney to fulfill. Vermont statutes still state a select board member or school director shall not be first constable, collector of taxes, town treasurer, assistant town treasurer, auditor, or town agent. Why shouldn't a select board member have been town agent? Can a select board member be town attorney of record? Who should prosecute and defend suits in which the Town of Putney is interested? The Town of Putney retains Attorney Lawrence Slayson as our town attorney of record. The Town of Putney also has elected Attorney Fletcher Proctor as one of our 5 select persons, which will prosecute and defend suits in which the Town of Putney is interested. Legally drafting, then voting to adopt and enact Town of Putney ordinances and policies, Attorney Proctor actually is acting as all of attorney, client, advocate, and legislator, to whom his colleagues naturally defer, respecting his excellent personal and professional reputations. The Martindale-Hubbell Law Directory, a national standard since 1868, states that Attorney Proctor practices residential, estate planning, probate, corporate and incorporation, and divorce and separation law. The reputable Justia legal website states that he practices elder, probate, estate planning, and real estate law. The Town of Putney also retains Attorney Lawrence Slayson, who practices municipal law, advising and representing the Town of Putney and other Vermont municipalities. Should he legally draft Town of Putney ordinances and policies to ensure that he is prepared as his own work to prosecute and defend any consequent suits in which the Town of Putney is interested? Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Approval of minutes, July 23rd.
I make a motion to approve minutes of July 23rd, 2025.
Second.
I don't have anything.
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Warrants to the treasurer.
I make a motion to approve and execute the warrants to the treasurer upon completion of review.
Second.
Accounts payable warrant dated July 26th through August 8th, 2025, in the amount of $80,282.93.
Marbling classes, is that the library?
Library, yes.
Sounds like fun.
It looked like fun.
I didn't see anything.
Nothing unusual in here.
Yeah.
Just
Except for marbling classes.
It's a small warrant, which is nice.
Are we all good?
Good. Payroll warrant dated August 8th, 2025, in the amount of $31,589.52.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Town managers report.
Very good. Let's lose it. It's 2 pages, folks. My first item is I want to recognize Charlie Robachek's service on the select board from 2022 through 2024. And as a member of the Development Review Board from 2021 until his unexpected passing. Charlie's depth with several municipal processes by way of his legal background added depth to both the Select Board and Development Review Board. His attempt to write a blight policy, which he felt strongly about, showed his determination and care he had for the Putney community. Connie Richards, Charlie would be very proud and thankful for your new program, Walk Safe Putney. He was an avid walker. Charlie and Ann also experienced a close call on the village walking together. Thoughts are with his wife Ann and their family. I met with the architect, Vermont Integrated Architects and Renewed Town Hall team yesterday. An RFP, request for proposal, was sent July 18th. We solicited 15 firms. The request was posted in 2 papers, the website, and Vermont Bid. A 3-hour tour of the town hall with 2 construction management firms occurred yesterday. requests for proposals are due August 18th, and I will be back in front of the select board on September 3rd with a recommendation. Community economic development strategies, we submitted a application for this renovation of town hall as a priority project. So they picked 10 projects, and depending on what level we want to pursue, we may have to add additional information, but we are considering the Northern Borders Regional Planning for funding, which will be an extra step, but it will open the door for funding for the renovation of town hall. So we are pursuing that. Met with the fire department officers on Monday this week, August 4th, to discuss next steps. We will be meeting again in approximately 2 weeks. Interim Chief Harlow is in my office today. We talked a little more, but I will definitely be meeting with the officers again in about 2 weeks. Parkman Wood Culvert replacement commences the week of August 25th through the 29th. I will be posting on Vermont Alert that the road will be closed. I spoke to the contractor today, so that's all lined up. The crane's lined up, so things are falling into place to get the box culvert replaced. And that is a FEMA project. First installment of property taxes are due next Friday, August 15th. The office will be open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Auditors Jennifer and Ian from R.H.R. Smith were in Putney last week for 3 whole days. Kim was instrumental working with them in gathering documents. Overall, they were pleased with our systems, the organization, and willingness to assist them throughout their process. It was good for us to have a new set of eyes on our books and operating systems. We expect more document requests and hopefully a draft by October of this year. I discussed the fiscal year financial supplement and town report with the town hall staff. We are gearing up, just so that you folks know. We're gearing up and requesting certain reports from internal departments, boards, and committees. Town hall staff agreed we need to be ahead of the curve this year. There's a lot of hand-holding and constant reminders for reports. Then we're going to be looking at social agencies as well. One application for subdivision to be heard by the Development Review Board on August 19th. And I'm researching an alternative plan for a zoning administrator. If the draft zoning and subdivision regulations are adopted as drafted, it is anticipated the hours will increase for a zoning administrator. I'll keep the board informed as we navigate the process. I requested legal counsel if their office can review the documents in their entirety and give a legal opinion on the draft zoning and subdivision bylaws.
Can I ask a question there before we jump into another topic? I thought that the new zoning bylaws was supposed to make it easier for the zoning administrator.
Now, more responsibility is going to be handed down to the
the zoning
administrator.
away from the
DRB.
Yes.
the DRB. Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
all right. I knew somebody's job was going to get easier.
Karen, do we have a forum for the DRB? No.
We did. So it's a 5-member board. We should actively be looking for at least one new
Charlie
member.
was an alternate. right?
No, he was a
He
member.
was a full member.
And the Development Review Board by statute can have 2 alternates,
Right.
so.
I think we should definitely search out people to go on that board, to be on that board. It's a really important board, and if we can find alternates, that's even better, because
Right.
especially people who might not have as much experience could be alternates, and then they can, learn on the job a little bit before they're called in to
Yeah.
be on it. So,
They are needed. I mean,
yeah,
so this August 19th meeting
yeah,
is the first one this year, that the Development Review Board. This is an odd year, I don't know why, but I don't have as many applications as I have in the past. I'm not sure why, I haven't figured that out yet, but I'll do my report. I usually average about 40 a year. And I'm not even, if we've written like 12 this year so far, which is low.
there is the rest of the year, you're not.
I know, and I think too, once those bylaws are adopted, I think there's gonna be a push, so. I average about 250 hours a year, and I anticipate it's gonna double. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is when there's other things going on.
Yeah.
So I did ask legal counsel to review the drafts, but I also asked for a quote in how many hours it would take. So,
From Larry.
yes. On your radar, signage for Carroll Brown Way has been ordered. It was ordered on July 23rd. As soon as it comes in, we will get the signage up. We are at the mercy of the vendor. Driving out one way, so people are, driving out one way. There's still a lot of confusion over there. So
Some people are doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
They're just they're just like the heck with it, and they're just bypassing the whole.
Well, they do it right here.
Yeah.
There's so many times I see cars there's signage out here too, so.
Yeah, but I
There's
think
only
people are just like, I don't wanna be bothered with going all the way around,
Yeah,
and they're kinda
well,
going,
then,
so.
if something happens, that's.
My 6-year-old watched a cement truck leave the wrong, and they were like, "You can't do that." I was like, "I know." Yell it louder.
But it's a cement truck, so they can do whatever they
I
want.
was like, "I know, but
Yeah,
Well, I did see a utility truck go out the wrong way. As I'm driving by, I'm going.
yeah.
I don't
You
think
mean people are going out in front of the co-op? Is that
Oh,
what you
Yeah,
mean?
instead of going the right way, they're turning left, and they're obviously doing it up. They're locals. I've seen them. I know who you are. So they know better. But they're impatient drivers, like I can be sometimes, and they're like, "There's no traffic here. I'm just going for it." But people, I guess we can't stop that.
Yeah, but I just wanted to let the board know that
It's coming.
it's coming.
Yeah.
It's just, I can stand out there with a, traffic signal, and it's like. No, I'm not doing that, sorry. The traffic ordinance, folks, okay, I want to bring this up because June 11th, you were pretty comfortable with it. I was supposed to warn a public hearing and at least get it up. I haven't done that because of the confusion with how to properly do an ordinance and
Okay.
warn it and all that stuff. So, how would you like to proceed with updating
I think
ordinances that don't require a public hearing?
I think that we should. I think that if we put it on enough select board meetings, that gives the public sufficient notice that we're working on an ordinance.
Okay.
So, and then once it's in the paper and, you know, warned on the website, there's even more notice there. That's my personal opinion.
I just wanted to be consistent.
Yeah, and it's, you know, if we're going to the trouble, it just adds as, it's not necessary to have a hearing on those ordinances. It's essentially every select board meeting is a hearing. I don't see the reason to go that far.
Okay.
And maybe make a policy of having it at least on three separate select board meetings before we go ahead and adopt it, and make it very clear on the agenda that we are planning to adopt it that time.
Okay.
But I think there's plenty of notice.
All right. Yeah, I like Chester's process.
Yeah.
That made sense to me.
Yeah.
So, all right, then I will put it back on the agenda for the next meeting.
To adopt it.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, there is a new note or binder here with just the ordinances, the white one, Fletcher.
Yeah, the one over there.
So as we work through this stuff together, then we will update that
Good.
binder.
Backing up in your report, when you meet with the fire department, would you ask them if they've settled on a name?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's official?
It is official. It is Putney Fire and Rescue.
Has a certain ring to it.
Okay.
Yay.
Do we need to do anything, or is that it's
No, I made the decision.
Okay.
It's Putney Fire and Rescue.
works for me?
We're trying to create a Facebook page as well for the Putney Fire and Rescue. We're having a little difficulty with the person. There's some disconnect. We've never had this much of a problem because you have to create a page and then you gotta have somebody associated with that
An
page.
administrator.
Right.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I
So
don't
what's
know.
the problem?
We haven't figured it out. Rachel's really good with technology, and she can't figure it out either, so.
Wait, are you trying to figure out how to take the old page and
No.
change it to the new page?
No, there is no old page. There's like, we're trying to designate one person to manage the Putney Fire and Rescue through the town Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the highway department, Lenny
Yeah.
Howard is in charge,
Mhm.
so he can post if a road is closed or something like that, tree down, whatever.
So we have
Storm
town highway.
coming. What was
Well,
it?
no, you mean he's in charge of, are we doing one page, so we have the town of Putney Facebook page.
Yes,
Are we trying to add somebody to that page for the fire department?
that's what I'm trying to do.
Got it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just,
It's not working.
it's not working because you have to have like a page, but what we're trying not to do is associate that page with the employee, right?
Okay.
Because it's associated with a name,
I
not
gotcha.
like a personal name.
Right.
Mm.
So that opens up other things and,
Yeah.
fishing and all that kind of stuff.
Well, how's it happening with the highway?
I don't know why. I'm gonna have to look at that page and see.
That's probably the same. Well, anyway,
And it's,
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
we're gonna figure it out, but there's gonna be a Facebook page for Putney
Okay.
Fire and Rescue. It will run through the town of Putney Facebook page.
I don't know what that means when you say it's a page that's going to run through another page.
So basically, the town of Putney has a Facebook page.
Yeah.
So Lenny can post anything from the highway department, it goes on the town of Putney Facebook.
Right, so he doesn't have
It's
his
a post, it's a
own.
post.
It's a post,
It's a
right?
post.
It's not a page.
No,
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not a separate Facebook.
but you have
account.
to create like almost a whole nother page for them to be able to post, which is ridiculous.
Because you're trying to associate it with, because you don't want to associate it with personal Facebook people.
That's right,
I gotcha.
that's right. It's complicated.
Because you have to have,
What a world.
Right,
you have to have an administrator, right? So,
Right.
so if like, I mean, and if you're just doing your own pages, then you can put yourself as the administrator of your own page or group. But
right.
if you want to disassociate it with the actual person, their personal page, then you have to create something that they
Right.
can still access.
Yeah,
Right, I get that. What I don't understand is the page within the page thing.
I think that it,
it's a post within the
A post
page.
within the page.
I correct myself.
Okay. All right,
It
got it.
is a post. They're able to post on behalf of their departments.
Got it.
And I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Or somebody else will. Okay, so there's that. There's one other thing. Hold on a minute. At the bottom of the agenda, you're gonna notice personal policy. It is in front of you. It will turn up on the next agenda. So there's 2 weeks to review this document. So this is the draft personnel policy that Kim Monroe and I worked on together with the consultant. There are comments in this document. And once I get your comments back, I will have it reviewed by an employment attorney. And this document will go up on the website as well.
And has equity and inclusion,
I sent them,
you sent that, it's them, okay?
yeah, but, yeah, I'm gonna move it forward and, you know, I'll accept any comments and then once the attorney reviews it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
final.
No, I don't think we should hold it up in any way, but I just want to make sure they're invited to register. Sounds like they are.
okay.
Right. What else? That's all I have.
All right.
I think that was plenty.
Any comments from the board? Any public comment? Mr. Fairman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Briefly, several points. The first one is, from its outset, Facebook has been designed for individual users. And people, we're not the only ones who make it apply to a number of users. But when we do that, we're finding workarounds to its original design, which was for Harvard students. Concerning the one way on Carroll Brown Way, we could ask the Sheriff's Department to enforce that for a while, because that is driving the wrong way on a one-way street, which is an infraction of the highway code. I'm not surprised that there's a dip in the number of zoning applications. That tells us that the potential applicants like the new zoning bylaws. So they're waiting for them to be enacted. I've noted that down on the Sand Hill Road Causeway this year, the mowing has been done just a short ways from the road, but not all the way down to the water, which was a problem last year because that's a violation of state law. The vegetation buffer prevents silt from getting into the water. So they did it right this year. Thanks for that. Finally, Charlie Robachek was very modest, but we were favored that he was willing to occupy some town offices, because in fact he was a retired partner of a Fifth Avenue, New York law firm, a nationally recognized authority on pharmaceutical regulation, and a former law professor at New York University. certainly a very, very distinguished attorney. And he was willing to let us have benefit from some of his expertise during his retirement years. I'm personally grateful for that, and so should we all be. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Boards, committees, commissions, nothing there. So we'll move on. It's no select board new business. So we'll go select board old business. Financial quarterly underspent and overspent summaries.
So in your packet, in the new report, as I tried to explain overages and underspents. So you have a report for the general fund, and then you have a report for the highway fund. So it gives you an idea of positive and negatives in certain line items for the year. These numbers will change based on the audit, so don't take these to heart, but it gives you an idea where we landed with the fund balance. And I know you didn't get to review these ahead of time, but when you take them home, and if you have more questions, feel free to give me a call or email me. And perhaps you don't like this format, but
I like this a lot better than the NIMRIC report.
okay. So the quarterlies give you everything. If you're only interested in over and underspent, then it doesn't give you the whole picture, but Mr. Fairman, did your questions get answered?
Yes, they did. Thank you, Ms. Town Manager.
You are welcome. So this also shows you revenue and expense. We can do this with the library, sewer, and water, if that's your preference.
It's a good report. I mean, I'm just looking at, it's interesting what goes up and down.
Yeah.
Not that it means anything, it's just interesting. That looks good to me.
Yeah, it's much easier to read.
Good.
It's super
Yeah.
helpful format.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all right into this report.
But we can understand
We can read it for a second.
This is great. All right. All right, I think
Well, this is
maybe in the future, this
Yeah.
is what we'll maintain and,
Yeah.
Is that it? Perfect. All right, moving on.
With your right hand up.
Well, Mr. Fairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree, this is an excellent report, and I hope it continues in the future. I've calculated the one missing number, which is the total surplus in the general and highway funds is $399,000 and $399,401, $399,401. That's the total of the two surpluses.
subject to change.
Of course, subject to change,
Yeah.
but, as with all reports, it is as right now. And hopefully no one will get fired for the numbers being revised.
No, I don't anticipate that at all.
All right. Fire service reimbursement ordinance. Peg?
Right, I have to laugh because all you have to do is suggest that we do something and then your name ends up beside it. I'm going back and looking at the minutes. I suggested that the team work together on the
And we all
ordinance.
said, thanks, Peg.
I didn't know that
So.
translated, but I'm happy to take a stab at that, and I would like to, and Jeanette White has volunteered to work with me. I would like to work with myself and Karen and Jeanette to at least take the next stab at that.
Cool.
If everybody's okay with that.
Have at.
Okay,
Go forth and do.
okay.
I think also the idea of creating small committees for ordinances. Jeanette has already availed to us, she can write policies and procedures, so I would like to take advantage of the offer and creating the smaller committees and working through updating ordinances and policies, I believe is a smart strategy.
Working group, not a committee.
Working group, yeah, throw out that, yeah, no, it's definitely a working group, and it allows us to like get some work done and not get hung up, you know,
Well, let's see.
yes,
Let's see how we do.
yeah. It's a good pilot start program there, Peg,
Okay.
and thank you for taking that, being in charge. I appreciate it very much.
Sure.
All right, moving on. Regulating the disposal.
Chairman?
Whoop, Mr. Fairman.
Sorry for the misunderstanding there, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I'll just note here that the total budget for public safety has currently a projected surplus of $74,135. And that is net of the items for actual provision of fire services having a deficit of $24,357. The reason I mention this is because this is a relatively small amount, and there still is a surplus. In fact, the only other deficit is, guess what? Insurance. So really, we are in good shape on public safety. Now, we may, as other towns are doing, Chester is the latest one of which I have heard. It was in the Vermont Journal last week. there are ways to perhaps recoup some of these costs, but on the other hand, it really is not a big hit. I would also offer the suggestion that the people who should lead this effort are members of the Putney Fire and Rescue Department, because they understand, excuse me, they understand what is really happening here, versus lay people who do not actually know how fire services work and how it is to be responding to, as they say, the highway. Because they have actual experience in doing this. So I would suggest that if a committee is established, that certainly a majority of the committee be members of, full members of the Putney Fire and Rescue Department, and that members of the public have some background or knowledge based on personal interest in the area, as opposed to someone walking in who basically says, what are we doing here? No disrespect to these people, but most of us do not know that much about fire services, because all we do is, well, we hope we're not going to receive them, but we're glad when we do. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we'll move on to regulating the disposal of solid waste ordinance. Fletcher?
Well, still trying to get this in place. Where are we at with this one in terms of notice and, I mean,
Nowhere, because, so June 5th is the last date it was revised.
mhm.
It came from you. So it's not formatted in our usual Putney format. And the last I knew, it was on the table, but no action has been taken.
Okay.
So is it an ordinance that the select board wants to put in place or not, is the question. And I
Yeah,
just,
so I remember, I remember a couple of things here. One was to make the language more plain. Like for example, putrescible, how do you say that? Putrescible? I mean, I can figure out what that means by the context, but I think we, make it so that it's plain language. And I think there's some other, I didn't. Oh, it was the violation, this was the violation number A. I was questioning whether we would be allowed to use like the Putney General Store's trash can. I think we were gonna massage the language there. And then I guess that, I don't remember whether we decided that this was something we wanted to enact or not. I'm not necessarily against it,
We could enforce.
or could enforce, yeah. I'm not against the concept. But
Do we have
enforcement is
any-
one
Do we
thing.
have anything on record now? This is
No.
brand new, this is new. Okay,
This is a little bit like the blight ordinance, but it's more specific to solid waste. But enforcement is a big one, like who are we expecting to enforce this?
Well, if we wanted to ticket somebody for violating it, I guess we'd ask the sheriff to send out a deputy.
Okay, and then I think if we're gonna ask, if I think that's what we're expecting, we should probably send it to the sheriff's office to make sure that they feel like it's something that they could enforce or would enforce. Having talked to the sheriff about the animal control ordinance. I mean, there are things in the animal control ordinance in our animal control ordinance that they're not going to come out for, like barking dogs. So I think we should probably send it his way. And we probably should send it to Larry.
Well, I feel like I need to read through it again more carefully, and do we want to do that together? So that any comments we have at this point, we can say, these are the comments, and then send it on? I just don't want it to keep, ping-ponging back and forth. So if we have some concern, I feel like we should get it registered now, and then we should move it on its way, because I actually think it's a good ordinance to have. So I want to do what we need to do to keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, it fills a gap. The county isn't going to do anything to enforce stuff in our town. I mean, I think the solid waste management district could do something, but they won't. So it's to plug a gap, to give, if you will, a continuum of enforcement, that if there's something going on that we don't like, we can muster the authority to address it. But without an ordinance on the books, we got nothing.
Suggesting like a working session, or
Yeah, what you were just talking about sounded like a working session rather than, a
put it on
regular.
the agenda for the next meeting.
Well, do you want to? That would give everybody an opportunity to come prepared to discuss it.
If it would put it on for the next meeting?
Well, with everybody understanding
Yeah.
that the next meeting is when
Yes.
we hope to get final
Do some-
language that
do
we
some-
can adopt.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. So I'm going to take it from here and put it in my pile of things to do.
I mean, there was one round of making it more understandable
Okay.
that already happened to it. So if there are other
I
things
think we should
that,
change the trust. I like the word. I personally like the word, but
which word?
it's it's a definition.
Uh-huh.
Garbage means
Putrescible
putrescible.
means it rots.
I know that, but we should just say means rotting or something. I don't know. The words like that. They're good Scrabble words.
No, it's a
Rottable.
terrible Scrabble word. It's way too many letters.
You're right. I don't think you could. Well, maybe you could.
I suffer from having a print version of the OED.
I totally on board with that. Also have one too, but having been in the help desk arena where I would write things with words like addressable and have people go, I have no idea what you just said.
It could be
just have to-
rottable.
Rottable. Yeah. It just has to be understood by the general public who don't necessarily have dictionaries anymore.
But have phones.
They do have phones.
Okay, so we're putting it on for the next select board meeting with the understanding that we are going to come and with our
changes.
feedback.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're gonna send it off.
Send it off to Larry and send it off to the sheriff, is my recommendation.
Okay.
At least Larry, but, if the sheriff's not gonna enforce it, then we have to find somebody to enforce it.
I think we can delegate whoever we wish. I mean, the default is sort of the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
But if they're not into it,
Health box.
we don't have a constable anymore, do we?
No, we do not.
No,
I wonder, I haven't looked into whether we could, I mean, really, you start the ball rolling with a ticket, so who can actually, but if you watch that League of Cities and Towns presentation, you realize that the ticket is there's a whole lot that has to happen
Yeah.
behind having that ticket.
yeah,
I have books of tickets in my office.
Yeah, but then the follow-up record keeping is pretty significant. they want to make sure that everything is entered in the system and followed up and that we can lay our hands on it at any given moment.
Yeah, well, I'm not volunteering to write tickets.
Why
Because
not?
then you have to go to court to defend
We'll
them.
get you a hat.
I don't need another hat. Thank you, Fletcher.
Well, I do think, you know, I agree that just because there's some, we don't have all the ways of easily, you know, ticketing or, that it's still a good ordinance to have. You know, it's like the barking dog thing, you know, like, yes, so maybe we can't call the sheriff's department and have them
Well,
come deal with
Putney
that.
can enforce it, it's just that the sheriff's not gonna do it, so.
Right, right. So, but just having it on record gives people,
Yeah.
it sets an expectation that, you know it's not okay to have barking dogs and no, it's not okay to have rottable waste.
Well, and it might, this sort of ordinance might be something the town health officer would enforce.
Also, it said that we can just say it can be enforced by anyone designated by the select board, so we can designate the sheriff and then choose to train someone else if we needed to.
There's a lot of rottable waste.
So all sorts of
Yeah.
people out there.
We
I
have,
think the health inspector,
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's who it should be
That's
too.
that's the whole point of having a health officer, isn't it?
Yeah.
The deputy health inspector, right?
No, I'm still looking for the replacement.
we get you a hat and a badge.
Well, that's
Do
pretty
not
nice.
give me a gun.
No, we're not
No,
doing,
no.
no, we're not giving you a gun, just a badge and a hat.
And a whistle.
Yeah,
Well, this might be fun.
Fine whistle.
One of those batons. Okay.
Alright, any
Okay.
public comment, Mr. Fairman.
Mr. Chairman, we who've lived in Vermont a long time know that this is a perennial problem in every town. Both illegal dumping and the retention of all kinds of stuff around on a property that actually should have been disposed. I take the liberty of suggesting that in order for this ordinance to be meaningful, there needs to be a mechanism of legal action. So I'm offering that as a suggestion. I also suggest that the town of Putney make sure that people are aware of alternative disposal. For example, I know that a lot of people are unaware that first, Vermont requires the recycling of discarded electronics now. And second, Wyndham Solid Waste Management District is able to assist in that regard. And they in fact have a detailed brochure that I saw when I was down there a while ago. So there could be an education aspect as well, because many people may simply be wondering, well, I don't know what to do with this, so I'll keep it. And of course, we all procrastinate, and so it stays there. Beyond that, we're dealing with these two things. We're dealing with illegal dumping. We're dealing with what effectively are junkyards, and they've been a perennial problem in Vermont because there has been no actual legal recourse. Sure, you can levy a fine and another fine and another fine, but so the people ignore the fine, which they will do. Then what? My question to you, actually, therefore, is then what?
Is that it? Anybody else?
I guess that's it for me.
Okay. So we're gonna go into executive session under 1 VSA 313A1 after making a specific finding that premature general public knowledge would clearly place the public body or person involved at a substantial disadvantage. And also contracts to the negotiation of securing real estate purchase or lease options. Are we making a decision?
Yeah, yes, someone,
Okay,
hopefully.
so we will be back.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, we're back, two motions. On the
Okay,
table.
so the first motion is to authorize the town manager to make an offer of the 2025 year tax exemption to purchase the property at 123 Main Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The second one is to authorize the town manager to offer parcel 030235 to Harold Dimick for $7,500.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Our next meeting is August 20th, and sounds good. All in
Okay.
favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.